Power of the Prime's Dreadwing is incredible. This is such a cool little mini combiner. He's one of those vehicle mode combiners, kind of like a Micromaster almost, but at full deluxe scale. And the jet does have some problems. A lot of people know that the connection is only held together by the one little support peg. That doesn't mean it's any less cool, and the two jets that make up Dreadwing are fantastic. I absolutely love these things. Starting off with Darkwing, you gotta love the lightning details on his wings, the sleek dark look, the light blue tail fins and cockpit. It's just a nice little jet. And I also love that you can take the wings to do the little F-Raptor stopping thing, the air brakes essentially. I really like it. Now, Dreadwind here is my favorite of the two. I just love how sleek his vehicle mode is, those tampos on the tail fins, man, the jet decals, the front thruster looking things. It's just amazing. But together, they are incredible. Dreadwing is not the G2 version, so I'm not going to do the wrap. This is a really cool set of two figures. They're remolds of the aerial bots, which I know a lot of people, by the time these came out, got really tired of those because there was remolds of them in like every set, or at least like every combiner. So these molds were pretty worn out, but at least these two do something a little fresh, a little new with them, and it's really, really cool to see them, especially converted into this like mini Duocon combiner, which is really cool. I'm going to start off with my favorite of the two, which is Dreadwind. And we're going to talk about him first. He has a really nice transformation. As far as I know, these pieces right here are new, and then his shoulder torso assembly is new, as well as the heads on both. And for Blackwing here, I know that this is reused, but he has some other parts. Both of their combiner pegs are, of course, new. I think their forearms on both of them are new. I think his shoulders might be new, his head's new, and then this bracket assembly that goes on up in here is new as well. So that's what I know. The legs are reused from the aerial bots, the tail fins are reused from the aerial bots. The back pieces, I think this nose cone might be new, but I think these wings might be reused as well. But Blackwing is basically a complete reuse of parts, aside from a few new pieces. So to start off, we're going to take these parts, and you just want to bend them back so they untab. And then that's going to open up the legs. And then you take the legs, they do this typical Combiner Wars thing where they come out on the brackets and then fold up. Make sure you don't bend the knees at the same time. Take these parts, fold them down. They don't tab in or nothing, they just kind of sit there. Fold them down, take these wings, fold them up, fold the back wings up. Oh no, they have a little locking tab right there on each side, just tabs in, and then fold those wings up. Then slot right there, tab right there, combine that in. And there we have the bottom half. Now for the top half, you want to just take this piece and click it down, bring it up, click it back up. Take these shoulders, they're on these rotating brackets, and so you just want to click clack and then tab in. So do it the same on the other side, and then spin the head around, and there we go. We have Dreadwind, who I really love the way this guy looks. He looks so cool. We can give him his blaster here. There we go. And of course they do come with prime armor. I'm not going to show it off just because it's really lame. And also, I only got prime armor with him. I didn't get it for this guy. But he is really nice. I love the deep blue and the light blue and the white on this guy. It all looks really, really good with the little gray accents on the gloves and the boots. I love his shoulder pylons. I love his head sculpt. Yeah, he is just fantastic. Really, really good figure right here. And then for Blackwing, I'm going to start by taking off the guns here. Pop those off, come back over here. I like to lift these up and just get them out of the way. Fold up the tail fins. Very similar transformation. Take the legs, fold them open. For the legs, it's exactly the same, essentially, except without those big side pieces, and collapse them up. For the arms, take them, spread them out to the side, and click them up on these little interior pieces. So boop, boop, bring the arms down. Now the backpack is where this guy gets a little interesting, because you can do a couple things. You can either fold them straight up like this, which I've seen some people do. That is not a correct transformation for this guy. You want to pull this whole assembly out, rotate it around like this, keep the wings straight from vehicle mode, fold them up like this, bring this back up and the canopy down, peg it back in. You see there's two pegs in there. Peg that into the back. There's a tab right there and a slot in his neck joint. Just bring that down, slot that in, and spin his head around. And that is how you want him. You want him with star screams, upside down Decepticon symbols, with the wings, with the decals facing forward. And that just gives him a little bit more interest on the front there. And we can, of course, give him his 2 little pistols, his little blasters. They just tap right in. They're a pretty tight fit. And yeah, there he is. Fantastic little set. I love the purples on this guy. Darkwing, Blackwing, whatever his name is. And yeah, these guys are actually really stable because they just have giant heel spurs hanging off the back of their legs. Him, not so much, but Dreadwind, definitely. And yeah, there they are. Dreadwind and Darkwing. Now, robot mode on these guys is where they shine. The colors absolutely pop on these dudes, man. They look fantastic together, being able to take on tons and tons of poses. They do have Combiner Wars articulation, so it isn't the best. It's a little dated by today's standards, but they have enough to get you where you're going, featuring shoulders and waist swivels, etc. Dreadwind here, doing a little turnaround, is amazing. I love the light blue, the dark blue, the white, slightly off-white, and the little hits of gray and silver are nice touches as well, with Darkwing having the deep purple on there, as well as the gray and the light purple with silver, just really offsetting him, especially with those nice lightning bolts coming over the shoulders. Just a fantastic figure. Quick size comparison here, they are with another Combiner Wars guy, Laserfire, as well as Machine Wars Hoist, kind of a core class scale dude, Modern Deluxe with like Crasher, and of course a leader scale, something Laser Prime like. Together, these guys are a great pair, and I think you can't talk about one without talking about the other. Unfortunately, these guys are all that exists, really, for the Starscream Combiner. It seemed like these were going to be his limbs. So if you have that and are interested in it, these are your choices. The duo are a fantastic pair. They look great next to each other. They make a nice pair of Decepticon flyer goons, kind of like a weird, like, parallel to Runabout and Runamok, which is really cool. I absolutely adore these dudes. If you are a fan and just want some nice Decepticon Goonies, they do run a little high on the aftermarket, but they are 100% worth looking into. Anyways, that's been my thoughts. This has been Bots Obsession.